Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a Genshin account overview. Now I have two Genshin accounts. I have my main account and then I have a F2P account. Today we're going over the main account. If you like Genshin or you like these types of videos, let me know and I'll do more of them. I've honestly never dove into Genshin content before, but I am honestly happy to kind of dive into it as I really enjoy the game, and this is literally one of the only games that I actually spend money on and consistently play for a very long time, other than Minecraft. But with all that said, let's get into the overview. As you can see, I started playing on October 12th in 2020, that is the day when I first met Amber. And I'm pretty sure on this account, my first main, technically, or my first pull, or the first 4-star character that I did pull, was actually Official, because I did take a really long time.
And founded paradise, for I, Official, am the princessin de
Okay, Official, we didn't need that input. But actually, I took a very long break after starting to play this game, and Official was one of the first ones that I actually did pull. And I took a really long break after starting to play this game in 2020 because I knew that this was going to be a game that I was going to get addicted to, and I honestly didn't want to get too addicted to it that quickly. And I just came back to it and got re-addicted all over again, and I ended up spending money. So yeah. So Official was the first 4-star character I ever pulled, and I pulled her off of Noelle's banner. I'm pretty sure the first 5-star character I ever pulled was Ito, and I pulled him in December 17th, 2021, and he is my main now. He is my first ever 5-star I ever pulled, and he is just my main character that I play because I really like him. Before Ito, I never really had a main character. I kind of switched between a bunch of different ones, even though I did favor Official a lot because she was the best built in my early stages of gameplay. But now I mainly play Ito as he hits very hard for very low cost. And I'm pretty sure the most recent 5-star I have pulled is actually Hu Tao, which I wanted really bad as I really needed a good 5-star pyro character. And you can see that I do have Diluc right here. I like Diluc. I just I don't want to bother building another Diluc because I already am building Diluc on my F2P account. So I went for Hu Tao because I needed a good 5-star pyro character that was a main, and I also really like her design, and I just really like her overall. But as you can see, I have a good amount of characters. The characters that I mostly don't have are mostly 5-star characters, as I don't pull on 5-star character banners all that often, just because I like to kind of save Primo Gems for characters that I really want. Eventually I might go and collect them all, because I am that sort of person. I gotta catch them all, you know what I mean? But for right now, I'm okay with the amount of characters that I do have. I'm just gonna go over my teams really quickly for you guys. So this is just a travel party. Within this party, it's the very first one. I honestly just throw whoever I want to be in here. So I just travel with them and I explore, and it just gets the job done in the overworld. And it doesn't really matter that much who's in this party. For this was my Windbloom setup. So this is who I traveled with within the Windbloom event. The second team I have set up is my Ito team. And this team is my most invested team, ever. I eventually want to level them all up to 90 because I honestly feel like they all deserve it. So yeah, currently this is my Ito team. And this is my Yemiko team. I am currently trying to build Yemiko. She is the character that I am trying to build after Ito, and then also after Ganyu. So yeah, this is my Miko team. I really do like Miko. She's my second favorite character in the whole game. Then I have my Kamisato Ayato team, and don't mind this. My stuff got mixed up while I was trying to rearrange my teams a little bit. So yeah, I just didn't rename it yet, but this is my Ayato team. Yeah, I don't use Ayato that much, even though I really did want him and I really do like him. I just don't use him that much. He's kind of one of the characters that I pulled for that did get kind of benched a little bit, but I still use him from time to time depending on the team comp. This is my Ganyu team, my Ganyu melt team. I am going to be switching Ganyu over to a freeze team, as this melt team does really, really well. It's just not necessarily my play style. This Ganyu in this melt team does carry me through Spiral Abyss along with Ito so often, but I like freezing enemies in place more than I do guilting the melt reaction and getting a big amount of damage. Honestly, just feel like the freeze team for me, gameplay wise, is gonna work out better, as I am very bad at dodging enemies, especially with Ganyu. At some point, I tried to do a freeze team with Heizo, and I know Heizo is a very good character and he can hit very, very, very hard. And I tried to put Layla in like the freeze section, but I might redo this team. I might build a different animal team. I might put my Zhao back into play, but we'll see. And this is my Hu Tao team. This is my Vaporized Hu Tao team. I think this is a very good team. I like it a lot. It's very fun to play. I currently struggle with playing Hu Tao a little bit, as I have to learn the rhythm with her and how to use her. But overall, this is a very good team and I like it a lot. And then this is my Kaching team. This is my Aggravate team. I'm currently also trying to build Kaching. I'm not trying to build 20 different characters at once. I'm just trying to focus on the ones that I like playing more. And I was building Kaching, and then I realized I wanted to move on to Yamiko, so I just moved on to Yamiko as Kaching, as is a very hard character to build, at least for me, and with what my account likes to give me. And then I have my Hyper Balloon team, which actually my boyfriend built for me. And yeah, this is my Hyper Blue team. I have the Raiden Shogun as like an EM support rather than a damage dealer, as I pulled for Raiden on like impulse and on a whim and not really wanting her. Well, wanting her, but like, you know, it was an impulse pull and I got her. And yeah, but this is the Hyper Blue team. I use this team over than the other Ayato team that I showed you earlier. This one I use way more. Now I'm going to go over my main team build. And one thing that I would like to say is that my account does not like to give me crit rate. As you can see here, my crit rate is very, very low, but my crit damage is very, very high. That's because my account does not want to give me crit rate, but that's fine, because even with a low crit rate percentage, Ito still hits very, very hard. So I'm very happy about that, but my account doesn't like to give me crit rate. I've tried so many times, just let's not talk about it. For weapons on Ito, I have the Red Horn Stone Thresher, and it is his main weapon. It is R1. I will never R2 this weapon. I will never R2 any 5-star weapon. I will never refine any 5-star weapon, because it is just too much of a money drain to do that. But this is his sword. I have a signature weapon. I pulled this weapon on his last rerun, and I got Ito on his first rerun. Previously, what I was using on Ito was the Serpent Spine, which is currently refinement rank 3. For artifacts, I have a full Husk of Opulent Dreams on him. I'm just quickly going to go through the artifacts so you guys can see what is on him and the stats that are on him. Like I said before, my account does not like to give me crit rate, and I stacked as much defense on him as I possibly could. So that is why he is a very hard hitter, is just because I just stacked defense as much as I possibly could. This piece necessarily is where I would want a crit rate circlet, but I don't have that. I have a crit damage circlet. I used to have this circlet on him, which is a defense percentage circlet, but I don't know about this one. It does have a higher crit rate, but I noticed that he performed way better with the circlet on. For Goro, he does have the Favonius Warbow, and I do need to start to upgrade this weapon and enhance it, mostly because I've neglected Goro a little bit, but he does what he needs to do, and he's like perfectly good right now, so I really haven't had to touch him a lot, but I'm pretty sure upgrading the bow would at least help a little bit. For artifacts, I have the 4-piece Exile on him. The reason why I have 4-piece Exile on him is because I feel like this is the best, like, low costing, like, set I could have on him without, you know, having to worry about him too much. And this honestly really just works for what it is, and I haven't really thought about switching off of it, or switching off of this anytime soon, just because for Goro it works. I forgot to show you guys the constellations that I have. For Ito, he is C0. I don't think I will ever like C1 or attempt to get any constellations for a 5-star character, just because it is kind of like a gamble when you pull for stuff on Genshin. But for Ito, since he's my main, I might consider it. For talents, Ito is currently double crowned, and I am working on crowning Ushi. For Goro, he is C6, as the banners were very nice and gave me a lot of Goro constellations. And then for Goro, he is currently 289. First, I prioritized his burst, and then I prioritized his skill, and then this one doesn't really matter that much. One thing I would like to say is that Albedo is very poorly built. It is a very poor Albedo build, but it works for what I use him for. Eventually, I would like to fully build Albedo. For his weapon, he has a R5 Harbinger of Dawn. I've debated switching him off of this, but as you can see, my luck with weapons, or luck with sword weapons, is not that good. If anybody has any recommendations of what else I could put on him other than this, I would like that, but I think this is okay for now. For artifacts, I have 4-piece set Husk of Opulent Dreams. Now, like I said, this is a very poor built Albedo. He basically got the scraps of Ito's old build that I had on Ito, and then just whatever else I had on my account at the time of getting Albedo. I wasn't sure if I should stack defense on Albedo, but he is Geo, so I just did that because I know that's what I did with Ito. So I just did that with Albedo, and Albedo crits for about 11k, which I know isn't a lot, but it's something, honestly. He is C0, and then for talents, like I said, he is not built very well as he is like newly introduced into my team, but I did 115. I am prioritizing his skill first and then his burst. Zhang Li's build is very mid, just like Albedo's build, but I stacked a lot of HP on him. He currently has the Black Tassel at Refinement rank 5, and his artifacts are Tenacity of the Millilith. For Zhang Li's build, I actually got some really good substats, because a lot of my substats are kind of like mid to kind of like poopy, but for Zhang Li, I actually got some decent ones, but I mostly prioritize stacking HP on him, as I know that would give me the more bang for my buck, and I mostly use him as a shielder. Zhang Li is Constellation 0, and his talents are 166. I do need to up his talents. I am going to prioritize his skill and then his burst. Now I'm going to go over the team that I'm currently working on building, which is my Yeimiko team. Now I just want to remind you guys, my account does not like to give me crit rate, so don't be mad at the amount of crit rate that you will see on some characters. For Yeimiko, she has the Wood Sith, and when she reruns again, I most likely will be pulling for her weapon, as I really want to get her cat toy. I think it is one of the better weapons for her, as it is her, actual weapon, and for once, they actually made a weapon that is good for the character that it goes with. But for now, she has the Wood Sith at Refinement rank 5. Her artifacts are Thunder Soother, which I kind of want to switch her over to maybe an Emblem set or a Thundering Fury set. But for now, Thunder Soother works okay. It's not the best that could be on her, but it's what I have for now. Miko is actually one of the characters that I really, really, really do like, and I tried to build her as well as I possibly could. I don't really farm this specific domain all that much, so I don't really have a bunch that I can put on her, but I definitely think a emblem set would work a lot better on her than Thunder Soother. I just haven't had the time to go and, farm said domain. For Constellation, she is C0, and for talents, she is 366. I do plan on crowning her at some point when I level her up more. I am currently farming for her, so yeah. But what I am prioritizing is going to be her skill and then her burst, which I know that I can just click on this and tell you what is prioritized, but sometimes I go against this upgrade recommendation and I go for whatever I like to do personally. I don't always build my characters to the meta, but most of the time I do. But sometimes I just like to do whatever I like to do. For Official, she is one of my longest running characters that I've ever used on my account. I really like her. I have her custom outfit that I got through the event where it was had. I think it's so pretty. I like it a lot. Official, I just love Official. She's one of my favorites on my account. For Official, she has a R5 stringless. And for artifacts, I have 2-piece Thundering Fury, 2-piece Gladiator on her. I do recognize that my Official build could be a lot better, and I might retire Kaching and just put all of Kaching's stuff on Official. But for now, this is what I have, and this is honestly what works for Official. And I haven't changed up her build in a really long time. So she's had this build for maybe like a couple years. And I've just never changed it because it just works for me. The constellation Official is C6, which she is the first character I ever seed 6 on my account. And for talents, she is 589. I am once again prioritizing the skill and then the burst. And Official is one of the few 4-star characters that I do plan to crown. I know a lot of people don't like crowning 4-star characters, but for Official, I will make the exception and I will crown her. Nahida currently is under leveled. I usually only like to play with characters when they are level 70 and higher, but for Nahida, I made the exception just because I love her. She is one of the better archons within my opinion. Nahida is probably my favorite archon. For Nahida, I have her signature weapon on her. As soon as she came out, I pulled for her and her weapon, and I thankfully got them both, so I'm very happy about that. It is currently refinement rank 1, and it's going to stay that way forever. For artifacts, I have a 4-piece set of the Dreamwood Memories. This could probably be a way better build than it is, but it's what I have for now. On this account, I honestly stopped playing a little bit just because I wanted to take a break from the gacha system and I wanted to save money and stuff like that. So I stopped playing for a little bit, but I decided that I'm just going to go free to play on this account, or as close to free to play as I could get, because I do buy Vulcan and I do buy the Battle Pass. But more so just trying to save on this account rather than actually whaling like I have been doing, which is not good. For constellations, Nahida is C0, and for talents, Nahida is 143. I do need to up these because I have been neglecting Nahida a lot. Like a lot. I've been neglecting her since I got her, which is not good. And I need to show her the proper respect that she deserves. And then for Zhang Ling, he's also on this team, and I already showed you his build.
Wine tastes the same as I remember.
For an honorable mention, I'm going to go over my Ganyu team, my melt team for right now, just so you guys can see what it looks like right now before I change her into a freeze team. So for Ganyu, her career rate is actually a little better than most of my other builds, but this is the best that I could do for her with what I have and with what my account will give me. For her weapon, she has her signature weapon, Amos Bow, which I could refine if I wanted to, but I am choosing not to refine Amos Bow. Artifacts, she has a 4-piece Shimenawa set, as this is what is best to use on her for a melt comp. Currently I am trying to farm the Blizzard Strayer domain so that way I can switch her off of this, but also keep this in the back pocket because I want to have 2 sets of artifacts for Ganyu, a Blizzard Strayer and a Shimenawa's. The Shimenawa's set could be better, but yeah, this piece I actually really like. This is a pretty good piece for Ganyu, and this is one of the first pieces that I ever farmed for her, and I just have never changed it because I've literally just not done anything better than this. And as you can see, my account really likes to give me defense substats. I can't really do anything about that, but at least my characters aren't squishy. The constellations, Ganyu is C0, and then talents are 888. it's a pretty even talent score. What I prioritize is actually her normal attack, and then her burst, and then her skill. People would probably prioritize the skill over the burst, but I just do that and that because I like her burst and I like using her burst. Even though with Shimenawas you really shouldn't use the burst, but I still do because I think it's pretty. For Zhang Ling, her weapon is the Wavebreaker Spin. This I think is not the best weapon that she could possibly have. She currently did have this, but this is now Hu Tao's weapon, and then she did have this, but this is also Raiden's weapon, so she has this, which is still okay. I've only gotten like 2 of these in the whole history of my account, so I don't get a lot of these very often. I've been thinking of switching her on a free-to-play option, which is the prototype Star Glitter, but for now I think this is okay. I just need to level up the weapon and I think she'll be fine. For artifact, she is on a 4-piece emblem set. This emblem set is not that great, and I acknowledge that. And it could be leveled up way more than it is, but for who did this to her? Is this me just neglecting her, or is there a... Okay, no, it wasn't me neglecting her. It was just she was on the wrong artifact. But okay. This set overall could be way better than what it is, but I think it's okay for now. And I will try to farm for better emblem pieces when I farm for Yamiko. Her current constellation is C6, and her talents are 3, 8, 9. I don't really do normal attack. I mostly prioritize Goba and her burst. For Bennett...
Ow! Where did that come from?
Unlucky Bennett. For Bennett, his weapon is Aquila Livonia. Refinement rank 1. It could be rank 2. Or rank 3. It could be refinement rank 3. But I refuse to refine any weapons that are 5 stars. And why I have so many of these, my weapon banner luck is not good. That's why I have so many of them. And also my standard banner luck is not good. So we just won't talk about that, but that's his weapon. For artifacts, he has a 4-piece noblesse set. I actually think Bennett's 4-piece noblesse set is actually pretty good, especially this piece. I think this piece is pretty decent. I don't know if I would ever change it or switch it up. Maybe I would just try to get these HP stats out of here, but other than that, I think this is overall a pretty decent set, and I really wouldn't change it, honestly. For constellations, Bennett is C1. Bennett is a newer person to my account, and I got him maybe like a year ago, and I just haven't had the opportunity to get any more Bennett constellations. Because every character banner that he's been on, I've just gotten either unlucky and not pulled a whole bunch of Bennetts, or I've just skipped the character altogether. And for talents, Bennett is 156. I do need to up his talents a little bit more. And last but least, Diona, who I actually got very early on in my account as well. Her and Fischl were the 2 people who I had very early on in my account, and I neglected Diona for the longest time because someone told me that she was bad. And she's not, and I really like Diona. For weapons, Diona has a sacrificial bow at rank 2. Artifacts, Diona has a 4-piece noblesse set, actually a 5-piece noblesse set, because she has all of her pieces. Diona is one of those characters that I have neglected and that I haven't built up a bunch, and that definitely needs better pieces. But honestly, with what my account gives me, I just slap them on characters, level them up a little bit, and just kind of forget about it. But a lot of my characters are a little bit neglected on my account, so I do agree that I do need to level up, like, stuff. For constellation, Diona is C6. And then for talents, Diona's talents is 166, which I do need to level these up. So I was going to go over my teapot next, but after going over all of those characters in those teams, I don't think I have enough time. So I will go over my teapot in a separate video if you guys really want to see it. What I'm going to go over next is showing you guys all of the character banners that I have. As you can see here, I have Yemiko's character banner, and I really like it. It's my favorite ones ever, and I'm never taking it off, and I'm never switching off of Yemiko. I know that they're technically called player name cards, but I call them player banners. Okay. I'm pretty sure the first player banner I ever got was actually Jean's player banner, and I really like it. I think it's a very pretty banner, and I actually used this for quite some time. The next one that I have is Fischl's, and I actually got this one a little bit more recently, just because I haven't, played all that much. With Fischl, as I mostly switched over to being a Ito main, and Ito main is, mono Geo, so yeah. Next we have Zhang Ling, and obviously I have Zhang Li's because mono Geo, he's in a lot of my teams, and he's just an overall like good unit, so I got to his name card or banner really quickly. Next in the line is Goro. I really love Goro's. It's very cute. I used to use this for a little bit, but I ended up switching when I got Ito's banner, which is pretty cool. I used this for a while, honestly, and I liked it, but I also liked a lot of the more pretty and aesthetically pleasing name cards or banners over this one, which is a little bit more edgy. And then the last character name card that I have is actually Miko's, which is my current one, which is my most recent name card that I have ever gotten. I got this maybe like a week ago, and I just haven't changed it since. Because I was honestly just really waiting until I got this one, so that way I could just use it forever. I don't think I'll ever change my name card ever again, just because I have this one. And this is my overall profile. But my overall achievements is 535. I have really no life this game, as you can see. And my Spiral Abyss is 8-3 right now. And all of my top characters that I use are all within right here. They are mostly 5 stars. So yeah. And then the name cards, I have basically all of the character cards that I showed you right here, along with all of the nations right here, which I will probably have to start cutting down on some, as I want to show off all of the nations name cards. I am currently AR56 and world level 8. So yeah, I've been really working to get to AR60, but I did stop playing for a little bit recently, just like I said earlier, just because I wanted a break from the gacha system. And yeah, but thank y'all so much for coming and watching this account overview. Within the next video, I am going to go over my F2P account, which has a lot less to it, and hopefully that one will be a little bit shorter. But also let me know if you want a video going over my teapot, because I will gladly do that for you, as I do put a lot of work into my teapot, and I really do feel like showing it off, even though it is kind of barren at the moment because I can't put a whole lot more in it. Let me know if you guys have any tips to help out my account, or suggestions or changes that you would make to any of my current team comps. But I honestly really enjoy feedback, and I want to know if I'm doing something right or if I'm doing something wrong. But at the end of the day, everyone's own way that they play the game is up to them, and what they prefer and how they want to play. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night or whatever time it is for you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.